Alright, Brent, so here's this last swing. Head didn't go forward quite as much as we'd like, but it was good when you worked on it. And then over here, you're trying to do both things. You're trying to get, yeah, so that definitely took away that little bit of the bad move there. So that was nice. This was the first one today, the first full swing. You see right at the start of the downswing, there's a little hint of that old bad move. Then this one, wasn't as good there. It's still the old bad move. And then this one, trying to get your head to go forward more, and you sure did. Yep, did nicely there. And then looking back at these wedges, this was starting out with the 40-yarder. That was an 8 o'clock. And again, this is when the ball was farther forward in your stance starting out today. Now that 40-yard batch averaged, remember, about 6 feet out on the course. And when you did the 65-yarder with the same club, it turned out to be about a 9 o'clock. And when you did the 85-yarder with the same club, it tended to be about a 10 o'clock. And then when you did the 105, it ended up being about a 10 o'clock there with the gap wedge. But for all these, I'd love to see you memorize this 9 o'clock swing right there, and then put it farther back in your stance. More like that, instead of up front. Right there with the new blue line. Yeah, memorize that 9 o'clock. See what happens. See what 4 distances you get, and I think that would be easier to get those 4 distances. So chances are it's probably going to, I'm going to guess it's probably going to be about 30, 70, 105, 120 is what I'm guessing it's probably going to end up being. 30, 75, 105, 120. Yeah, that's probably what it's going to end up being. And then, since you were good with that 8 o'clock, with that 40-yarder, with that 56, I might have you try to do that one next time. Don't do it on your own yet until I see you again. But next time, you might try to do the 8 o'clock low 4 wedges out on the course and see what they end up being. So I think that'd be pretty sweet. Then you'd have 8 distances inside 120, but only 2 swings. So I think that'd be pretty neat, man. I think that'll really breed a lot of consistency. And generally, when people play more in the middle stance with these little clock face wedges, they tend to do better. Right there. Instead of that old gold. All right?
This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlinks. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment. And then we have the face-on camera angle also. And then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment. And we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting curve I've ever seen from puttersedge.com. So when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag that we can work on to help you learn the certain fields in the golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here. And then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. And then if we get tired of being indoors and we want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter! Ellie! Good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area. This is closed until April, as you can see. But it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or, if we get pretty satisfied and think they're looking better on the video here, we're kind of cooped up inside and want to go outside, we can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life, where we know exactly what it is with the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we can come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.